right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the road to WrestleMania 32. Mike's on the road literally. Corey will be in the air, headed there figuratively as actually literally. Man, I'm so excited. WrestleMania 32. Corey, what's going on, man?
Or
All right. Yeah, Corey said he's so excited that he might have put himself on mute. Mike, what's happening, man? We back again talking
what's
WrestleMania.
what's going on, man? I missed the last show. Are you sure we live on my Google Hangout app? Brought to you by us. It just says we're off air. Oh, there it is. Now it pops up live. Hey, what's going on, listening audience?
Ah, man, WrestleMania 32. They don't want to acknowledge it. I'm going to acknowledge it because guess what? WrestleMania is the reason that I know Roman numerals so well. Not because of the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Yeah. And guess what? Even WWE.com is now finally embracing WrestleMania 32. They need to put it on the art. That's where I want to see it.
Yes.
I want to see it on the art. Has Corey come in yet?
I think he came in. That one. I think he fell back off. He must be having computer problems, as you said. He was clear. He's finally home, so maybe calling from his phone. There you go. He's back.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here.
We don't know what happened, but we're definitely glad you're on there now. Nonetheless, I got so many windows open. I was like, I'm trying to find my shoot. I'm trying. Anyway, what a day! I tell you,
What a day.
technology, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us at Wrestle_Summit. Make sure you're following Corey at My Kicks Are My Fix, and my daughter just knocked down my screen. Make sure you're following Mike at Mike Knox 3X's, and make sure you're following me at Brian H. Waters. Let's go. We're gonna start from the top of the card, and then we'll work our way on. All right. So we have a whole host of matches on the pre-show, and I'm gonna start right there with my favorite, the Divas. What they say, Team Total Divas versus Team
Bad and Blonde.
Bad and Blonde, baby. Corey, what you think, man?
Well, you know what? I think it's smart. First of all, I'm going to touch on the subject of them doing all these matches on the pre-show. What other way to push these last-minute free subscriptions than to do pretty much 3 matches on WrestleMania on a 2-hour pre-show? Why not? I think it's smart. Some people are like, oh, it's taken away from the pay-per-view. You know what? You were going to watch the pay-per-view if it had 4 matches on it, so it doesn't matter. I'm giving this to Team Bad and Blonde. I don't see the Eva Marie thing working out. I think she's going to turn on her team. That is. So I'm going to go with Bad and Blonde.
Mike?
I actually, believe it or not, may not like Eva Marie, but I love Team Bad and Blonde because Brian has made me a believer. Or I don't even know how it started because you were really big on her other partner that she used to have in the Funkadactyls. I am huge on Naomi, a.k.a. Flame Mignon, and I'm a huge mark for Lana and what they're doing with her tap-out stuff and find out she's really a real kickboxer. She looks like her form is like top-notch. Like, who knew? Well, they said they knew, but I didn't know. So I'm cool with this. I'm going for Team Bad and Blonde because you got Naomi and you got my girl Lana, and I just think that if you can't get them on the main event, at least give Flame Mignon the credit she deserves on the pre-show. So I'm going with that. Now, question: Is that on the USA one or on the network? I know USA.
I think that's going to be the network. From what I saw in the commercials for the USA, I saw them only advertise the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Okay.
Oh, right. Bigavelli Creed.
Hey, hold on for a sec.
What's wrong with Flame Mignon, Brian?
Because, come on now, would you want somebody calling your wife Filet Mignon?
Good point. You always got to take it to my heart.
I know. Come on.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
What's going on, Champ? Champ is here.
Are we live?
We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Champ, the one and only Champ Creed in the building.
Hey, what's going on, man? I was going to change my name, but it's so bright out here. The sun blinded me and I forgot.
Oh, my bad. Because you definitely said that earlier, so that's on me. I'll take responsibility. But what's going on, man? How you feeling, brother?
Listen, I'm great. I'm feeling good. The weather's nice out here. Of course, referring to you from Vegas. And, you know, I might have said on the other show that I wasn't going to go to WrestleMania. But I thought, when has Vince McMahon ever let me down? And I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get me a ticket from Vegas to Dallas. And the ticket was only like $50 too.
Wait, you really asked that question? When has Vince
Yeah,
McMahon ever let you down?
He let me down a couple times.
WrestleMania.
I had to ask the question. He's never let me down at WrestleMania.
16 years ago for me. WrestleMania 16, also known as WrestleMania 2000, when Triple H went over
Whatever.
The Rock.
Stop it.
Yeah, I don't know how. Nah, I'm
Stop it.
sorry, I gotta agree with that. I don't know how they missed the boat on Rock going over.
Yes,
That's
The
all.
Rock has never won the title at WrestleMania. That was his night. The Royal Rumble and the build-up. Come on now.
Hold on. So because of one match, because of one felt most electrifying man, one of my favorite WrestleManias, 2000. You can't. I love that. You know, I love
I don't know.
WrestleMania.
No, it went from an A to me. It went from an A to a
Don't you
B
say
minus.
a C. A B minus, I can take that. Just don't say a C or D. But that's
I
definitely.
would give that one a C. I'm sorry.
No way.
Outside of
Wait,
outside of the
which Mania is this again?
WrestleMania 16, WrestleMania 2000.
hmm outside of the triangle ladder match and outside of Kurt versus Benoit versus Jericho, what else is memorable about that WrestleMania?
Time limit title for the Hardcore Championship.
That's right.
Are you kidding me? Come on,
You
y'all
didn't like
fishing.
that?
Y'all fishing? Where's the pole? Where's the
No,
lake?
I'm not fishing.
Because
That
you're
match,
obvious.
those two matches you named, enough was for me, and for the fact that I am more of a Triple H is one of my top 5 guys of all time in wrestling. So for me, I know the story of everybody wanting The Rock, but I had to go with Triple H in that one. Sorry. That's
You
just
know
me.
what? I know we're digressing, but I've got to say this. For the Attitude Era years of WrestleMania, which people would most likely categorize 14 through 17, I would say 13 through 18, honestly.
I would too.
And for those, 15 and 16 were the 2 worst ones of that whole era, rather than the rest of them.
Ooh.
With 17 being the best.
15, I have a special love for 15. I loved every bit of it. Maybe because that was my my first WrestleMania where wrestling wasn't a secondary figure to me as I was making the transition, getting to learn real sports, not real sports, you know what I mean. But
Sure.
I loved WrestleMania 15 from the build up for Rock and Austin, from the DX split to rejoining, to really splitting, you know, from the Undertaker. I know a lot of people don't like this match, but I love that Undertaker. So that Undertaker Boss Man match, you know, especially with
the
DX.
Brood was on top.
Yeah, but you know, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, their singles matches. You know, only thing I could have dealt without was the Brawl for All on that night, and then of course Sabre.
I love that.
Sabre was on the card.
That Brawl for All. People hate that match, but that knockout enough was worth it because he got knocked out. But I hated 15 only for this reason. It's a dumb reason, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It was in Philly. You wasn't there.
It was in Philly. I wasn't there. I'm gonna tell you why. And maybe and Corey's gonna say what? At the time, you know, internet wasn't all that big with everybody back then. Everybody didn't have internet. And I remember trying to go. My wife at the time was pregnant with our first child, which we lost, my first son that passed away. And I remember the cheapest ticket I could find was $2,300. And I kept saying I was so mad because I didn't have $2,300 to go spend on a wrestling ticket.
But you know what though? That price, I can believe that, because remember that one was really the height. That one was really the height of the Attitude Era.
Right.
That 1999 one. And that's why I think I don't hold it as high in regard, is because at the height of the business, at the height of the Attitude Era, yeah, they gave us Rock and Austin. Maybe it was the venue. I don't know. But something anticlimactic always sticks with me about that WrestleMania. And it may have been very well been the venue. I feel like with all of that money, with the way business was going, I think it would have helped if they were in a stadium that year. Something little like that makes the difference to me.
It was called the FU Center back then. Come on, man.
Yeah, it was. First Union. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Wow, I mean, that's a whole nother show
Yeah.
because
Yeah, yeah.
Corey already know that I definitely want to talk attitude era with him.
Hmm.
On air. Obviously, we could talk about it, but I want to talk about it on air because you have some different thoughts than a lot of people our age who feel about the attitude era. So that's another story. But Champ, I don't think we got your pick for this match. Total Divas versus Bad and Blonde.
Champ fell off.
All right. Well, I know I didn't get my picks. I said this last night on the Flex Zone. I'll say it again. Shout out to the boys over there. I just for some reason I just see this as Brie Bella's last WrestleMania, and I'm visioning her holding walking tall. I just think she's ready to go home and start making babies.
Pre-show though.
Well, she's definitely ready to start making babies. That's all she talks about.
But
Right.
I'm gonna just stick with this. Kalisto and Ryback. I got Ryback winning this one. And he still flop as a U.S. champion to me. What about you guys?
I'm definitely going Ryback. Shout out to Perfect Flex Radio earlier. I kind of discussed it on there.
Mhm.
I said basically, co-signing with somebody else's opinion. Ryback's heel turn, it has to have some kind of a climatic point to it, and I think him winning the U.S. title is that point. I think he wins it.
I forgot he was a heel.
I want to. That's what someone else said today too. I want to go with Ryback. I'm going to go with Ryback, and Brian, I support Ryback because I like Skip Sheffield. I think I don't have a problem with Ryback as much as other people do because I know what Vince's formula is sometimes, how he likes the bigger guys. And I grew up in a bigger guy kind of WWE, so I'm not one of those guys that doesn't like Ryback necessarily. But just this whole thing just doesn't work. And it doesn't work because people talk about things not being built correctly. This is one of them that just wasn't built right. So I have a problem with that because of that. Kalisto's too good, in my opinion, also to be in this match against Ryback. It could have been somebody else, or it could have been maybe the U.S. title should have been in the ladder match, perhaps. That, instead of the Intercontinental title, or maybe both of them in a ladder match, and for the first time ever, maybe two people, first person grab whatever title they want, second person grab whatever title they want, maybe the person grabs two titles, that'd have been cool. But I just think he's better than Ryback at WrestleMania pre-show. Or is that on the card?
I don't connect
No,
with
I
either
think-
one of these stars.
Is that on the card? No, that's on the card.
Wow.
Oh, it's on the card?
Yeah.
Why?
The three
Why?
pre-show matches are the Usos and the Dudleys,
Wait.
the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and Team Bad and Blonde versus Total Divas. So,
All right, you know what? That's what I get for looking at Wikipedia because they got that on the pre-show. And
Nah,
they got Andre the Giant Battle Royal on the main card.
no, from what I saw on the USA advertisement,
Okay.
it's Andre the Giant Battle Royal is I think going to be the USA match.
Yes. I
All
love
right.
it.
Well, you know what?
Champ is back.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm back.
Champ. We gotta get your thoughts.
All right.
All right, real quick. Bad and Blonde versus Total Divas. Who you like on that one?
I think Total Divas.
All right. And what about
think they should
Kalisto?
go.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think they should go over. And the other one you was going to say Kalisto and Ryback?
Yes, sir. For the United States
Oh,
Championship.
let's make one correction. I'm sorry. I'm looking up now. They have switched it again. The Andre and because I saw that advertisement Monday, but they have since switched it. Kalisto and Ryback is going to be on the pre-show now. So the Battle Royal has been moved to the main card, which now I will have a different prediction on it. But go ahead.
Okay, so I think Ryback needs to win because if he loses at this juncture, there's nowhere for his character to go. Even though I like Kalisto and he's in that Rey Mysterio lane, this would actually be a good thing for him to boost up. But I think what you do is you let Ryback get it, you let him hold it for a little bit, and then maybe you give it back to Kalisto at another point. I don't know. I'm going with Ryback, though, if I have to pick one.
All right. And let's move on. We got a stat card and a little bit of time. The Usos versus the Dudleys. Mike, we already know you don't pick against the Usos if you can help it. Champ, Corey, what y'all think?
You want to go first, Champ?
Sure, no problem. Now, real quick, is this on the pre-show or is this on the main
Pre-show.
card?
Pre-show.
The Usos stay on the pre-show, and I mean, at this point, it would be good to see the Dudleys go over because if I'm not mistaken, they really haven't won that much since they came back at SummerSlam, right?
No, they haven't been.
Okay, so I think they'll do a victory. I think they'll do to build momentum, and I kind of see them going for the tag titles at SummerSlam, and I think that possibly starts at Mania.
I'm gonna go. As I said before, I'm going Usos just because it's on the pre-show. Had it been on the regular card, I think I would have went Dudleys, but because it's on the pre-show, I'm going Usos, and I'm predicting the Dudleys go through a table too.
Okay.
You know what? I'm glad we talked about Champ. You brought it up, so you reminded me, and I want you guys to just talk about why are the Usos never on the main WrestleMania card?
Ooh, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there because I said it earlier, I had some disagreements, but I think it's lack of an opponent, and I mean that in the sense of making it, whether it's opponent or storyline, making it credible enough to be on the main roster. The tag team titles have always been kind of the stepchild of WrestleMania these last couple of years, and the Usos being the hottest tag team they had, pretty much, they were always subject to being in that match. As somebody said earlier, and I totally agree, WrestleMania 30, I think WWE messed up by trying to cater to that Chicago crowd when that first time they went there since CM Punk had left, and they hot-shotted the belts to the Usos on Raw instead of doing it at WrestleMania.
Yeah, shout out to Spotface for saying that at Spot_face. As today is the 7th year anniversary, by the way, guys, of BDSR Network. 7 years ago on a WrestleMania Sunday.
Way to go, Mike.
We started off there, but everybody knows I'm a Uso Mark. And Brian, maybe it's the Uncle Rikishi factor. I don't know. It's what it is. The fact that the Usos are not on this main event card to me is a sham mockery. I feel like they picked me up in Africa again without my permission and brought me to a country. Where is my Usos on the main card? It's seriously like your father's a Hall of Famer, your uncle's a Hall of Famer, your cousin's going to be a Hall of Famer, your other cousin's been a world champion twice, but yet they can't be on the main event when they're your tag team of the year, Slammy Award winning. They're over with the crowd, and it's the Dudleys to me are still a sell. If it's not, and Corey, what you're saying, and I was the one who disagreed with you earlier. If it's not the tag team opponent, that means that the Dudleys don't have as much pull coming back as everybody thought they would have coming back. And I would say that might be the one because I like the Dudleys. We like the Dudleys because we're older fans, but my kids have no idea who they are, and especially without the table shtick, if you will. So I think that hurts them. That really hurts them.
So we're looking at a situation where these guys haven't been able to string 2 victories. If you look at pay-per-views or whatever, 2 consecutive victories on pay-per-views, because I think since they've come back, they might have won only 2 pay-per-view bouts or something like that. Since they were
they lost twice to New Day on pay-per-views when they came back, as far as I know.
Yeah.
And why not go there?
In a row.
Why not go there? I understand that you have your guys that you love in Sheamus, right? And Alberto Del Rio. I thought 100% it should have been New Day versus Usos, but all of a sudden the fans started popping for booty for whatever reason, and now the New Days are faces, and so you couldn't have 2 faces go at each other, but they still play a heel roll mentality. The fans cheer for everybody nowadays that's heel, so I don't think you have to push them over in a storyline to become faces. And certainly you could have had Usos versus New Day, but maybe that's just too much black for WWE television.
Well, what I would say to that is I don't think they wanted the Usos to suffer a loss with New Day going over them. And I say that because New Day is so over right now that it would be damaging, in my opinion, if the Usos lost to them, even if it wasn't a triple threat. For this New Day so them not to do it at the casualty of their current top face tag team. I mean, the record books will always say New Day beat Usos and Dudleys, but the Usos will be on the lost side. So I don't think they're going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, if it's on the pre-show, it's like a tree. If a tree falls in the forest and there's no one there to hear it, doesn't make a sound.
Yes,
You know?
I hate that saying. Absolutely yes. Tell me the birds and the bees and the animals don't have ears. And
Yeah,
Brian, I'm sorry, do you have on a Triple H shirt, brother?
He's daggone right. This is old.
I'm mad because I can't have any Triple H shirts because of that stupid skull that my wife won't let me have in the house. And there's no skull on that one.
All right, so I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'll put myself out there. Like I said, this is a very, very old shirt. It's come from a place called Stephen Barry's. So I was, I think I got this when I was like 19.
I remember Stephen Barry.
Yeah, so it's not WWE licensed probably. I mean, they got the logo, but
it's licensed. It's just not the authentic where like they advertise on television.
It's the closest to a
definitely
Triple H shirt I'll get for the same exact reason, Mike.
What kind of shirt is that, Mike?
This is the Edge Farewell Tour shirt, as is hashtag WrestleMania week, hashtag wait to see minute before we complain. Every single day I will wear a wrestling t-shirt, and I started it last Saturday at the house show in Richmond. I have that many wrestling t-shirts, I can wear 3 shirts a day.
Well, I might do that under my work clothes, but let's move on. We can get to the main card. The fireworks been popping. Somebody's famous, maybe it's just Lillian Garcia, is going to sing the national anthem. Corey's going to hopefully this time be able to take his seat without somebody losing their title like I felt victim of at WrestleMania 28. Now, I'm going to say this. If I'm booking this show, I'm going to say this is going to open the card. AJ Styles and Chris Jericho. Why? Because I want to start hot. So I'm going to start right there, guys. Now, personally, I'm tired of seeing this match, but I feel like I know it's going to deliver in the ring regardless of how I feel. How do you guys think about this?
Okay, go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, okay.
Well, rock, paper, scissors.
Go down the line.
I got you. All right. I want to say this, and I'm trying to put my words carefully because sometimes I put my foot in my mouth. I'm a huge Jericho fan. I really am. I was Y2J coming over Ayatollah of rock and roll of the whole long-haired Jericho. I loved it when he first cut his hair and said he was the best in the world at what he does. I love Jericho. He's one of the legends who right now I can truly do without, and I'm going to tell you why.
I was thinking that last night.
He has not delivered in promos in a very long time. He just hasn't. His matches to me are the same anymore. I get that he can work, and I get that being a worker is the best thing that you want in a wrestler.
Yeah.
However, it's between him and RVD, and he'll be making a run sometime this summer probably. It's just they're always, what's the word they use in other things, shoehorning guys in to wrestling things. I can just really do without Jericho, and I'm mad that I say that, but I can just really do without Jericho right now. So I'm like you, Brian. I'm tired of seeing the match, but it's WrestleMania, and if Jericho's ever going to give me something that he's going to deliver in a storyline, because Jericho is the best, one of the best, let me say, in-ring storyline wrestlers there still is, it's going to be a good story, and I can't wait for that. But I'm going to go ahead and pick, without a shadow of a doubt, AJ Styles WrestleMania debut. Will he win? In the company's eyes is the question, because we know how Vince holds grudges towards other company guys. So it'll be interesting to see if he lets AJ Styles go over, but I hope he does.
I guess I will disagree with Brian in saying that I don't think this match opens the card.
Okay.
I definitely think the Intercontinental ladder match will open.
Second year in a row?
I think that's more of a hot starter than that match would be. But for the sake of our show, I am going to start with the match as you just said. For some reason, I don't think that whole thing of it being AJ's first WrestleMania is going to matter.
Okay.
I see Chris Jericho winning this for some reason. It's just something. Gosh, and as I'm thinking about it, it could be AJ. This one's hard to pick.
It really is.
It is hard to pick
because it is AJ's first WrestleMania. I won't discard that completely, But at the same time, I don't think it hurts AJ if he loses. So, especially if with him being around. I see what you're saying. I see what you're thinking, Mike, but hear me out. I think AJ moving into another program, because Jericho is part-time, I think that loss kind of doesn't matter. But for the sake of picking, okay, final pick, I'm going AJ Styles. I'm just going to go AJ Styles.
Drum roll, you sure? I had a drum roll for you.
I'm sure.
All right. Is it my turn to make a pick?
Yep.
All right. So I don't know if I'm breaking up or I'm freezing here. Whatever.
I can hear you.
It's the Vegas air.
All right. Can you see me?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles because I have to agree with Brian. Jericho was my dude back in the day too, and I just don't think he's delivering. I think it's just one of those situations where his time is up. His time has passed. He's had a great career. Give AJ this boost, and believe it or not, I wouldn't mind not seeing him for, I guess, maybe 2 years, maybe. Yeah, 2-3 years. Like, just go away. Bring him back for maybe a last veterans run, like he has something to prove, and then just call it a career. Because now it's just like you're the old guy hanging around, and it doesn't look good. Like, especially like he's letting his physique go. Looks pasty. He just looks old, and I don't like to see him looking old. I like to remember him from what I saw of him in the early stage of his career. So I'm gonna go with AJ Styles.
All right, yeah, I'm going with AJ Styles, and I'm a huge Chris Jericho fan. I think that's why it's disappointing,
Right?
Because he's just, you know what it did? What did SummerSlam? That was just awkward for me with Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns, and ever since then, it's like I haven't recovered.
Oh, I think that was that the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, actually? It might have been then.
Well, I thought that was wait,
no,
what was
that was
partner?
after. That was after. No, it was just at SummerSlam. It was just Roman Reigns and Dean versus Bray and Luke.
Okay.
Yeah, after that, that's when the introduction of Strowman might have been on the outside. There was 3 to 1 against Roman and Dean. So
Yeah, you're right.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Did Corey not name something correctly?
No. Oh, hey, wait a minute.
It was 3. It was 3. I was a lot closer than the rest of y'all. So
Okay.
even trying to pull that.
Hey, I got a trivia question for you, Wiz. If I can get my camera fixed. All right, there we go.
Sure.
All right, my bad, Mike. Wait, we're going to return to Stump the Wizard
Uh-oh.
at the end of the show.
Okay, I like it.
I got one.
Yes. Because I go to him for stuff. I'm like, he calling my show. I have a whole panel. I'm like,
It better be a direct answer.
Oh, yeah, it is a direct answer, bro. I've been holding this for a while, and
Okay.
I figured I should wait till WrestleMania to do it.
That's what she said.
Ah.
All right, where we at, B?
Oh, okay. I thought you still
I
holding.
thought you were going to say the question, too.
Yeah, I thought you was gonna say the question.
I'm waiting for the
He
question.
said the end of the show.
At the end of the show.
You sure?
Okay.
You sure you don't want to? You don't want to get?
All right, we'll do.
Challenge!
Hold on. We'll do it before we select the winner of the main event. How about that?
Oh gosh. Okay.
That'll be the main event question.
Okay. Nice build
All
up.
right.
All right.
Yeah, there's a preview, folks. All right, so let's move on. Let's go with the ladder match. Who you guys think win that one?
KO Mania,
Kevin
hands
Owens.
down, without even
Kevin
a
Owens.
question. I think it's a
agree.
foregone conclusion because I think this is the build-up, as I said on the Flex Zone, which you guys listen to that show. I'm telling you, I think what we're doing on Fox Sports, guys out there listening for the first time, is very special. Y'all got to catch on, especially on the Twitter account and everything else. With the Flex Zone on their show last night, I just think whatever happens in this match, they were afraid of Sami Zayn versus him one-on-one for people not knowing him. And Corey, you were there in Richmond, and Corey, you go to a lot more wrestling because I go to. I don't think that casual wrestling fan knows who Sami Zayn is. And I think maybe with this match and him putting a performance in this match enough, because he's wrestling on the NXT card, that it could get them and shoehorn them into, what's the next one, Extreme Rules?
Yes.
Is the next pay-per-view?
No,
And that, Payback, and that'll be their one-on-one encounter. So I got to go with Kevin. KO Mania, they're selling T-shirts to say KO Mania too. So to me,
Yeah, I'm buying one.
Show off. Hold on, I got about $25. I'm gonna see you down there with $25. Bring me back a KO Mania shirt.
But the shirts are 30.
Son of a.
What I think's so funny about that, the way he just said it to Stephanie, it's kind of like somebody who says parodies all the time, and then they go to their, their boss and says the parody at work in the work office, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "It's not KO Mania, it's WrestleMania." Like he just said it like that's how it's supposed to be said. And that's what I love about him.
Listen,
I think he's gonna win. And to continue on your point, the casual fans don't know who Sami Zayn is. The hardcore fans do. I think what they need to do, I think they need to package some sort of vignette where we can get to know Sami Zayn. I call him, what I call him, the macaroni man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna remove my haterism from this show and just say I think if he is what you guys say he is, he would be better served to have some sort of vignette package to whereas the fans that don't know about him can find out about him and then maybe attach themselves to something that they can connect with
Think
him.
it might be too late?
No,
I don't think it's too late. He's a young guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a young guy.
I mean, as far as he's
performance.
been on TV and stuff already, that's all.
No, here's the thing. That's not going to matter. That actually helps the situation.
Okay.
He's on TV. Now people are like, who is he? For the people who don't know who he is, who is he? Boom. He puts on a star-studded performance at WrestleMania. Then, when the one-on-one match comes, then they could be like, okay, we've seen him. Who is this Sami Zayn?
Yeah, exactly.
Boom. Video
Exactly. I think that would be better served for him per se.
I can agree with that.
But I still don't. I think he's going to put on a good performance. But in the end, it's Kevin Owens win. It's good for him.
Absolutely. Kevin Owens all the way. There's no reason. And I'll say this about another match later, and I said it earlier. Kevin Owens will need to win because it's going to serve better for whoever takes the belt off of him to do it in a one-on-one situation. Mm-hmm. So I think Kevin Owens needs to win at WrestleMania.
And remember what I said with that as well, Corey, is about if we may not know the main event ending match, or let me put that how I said it on the show. They already have who they want as their champion, whether it's Triple H, whether whoever that match is. And the fans may or may not like the ending. I think they got to pick their spots where the fans get what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think Kevin Owens is the fans' pick. So
sure. Absolutely.
It'd be good to see somebody come out there, though, that I don't know, anything great can happen. I love WrestleMania season. I'm sorry. I'm like watching my kid come out the womb for the first time. Except I never saw that because all my kids came out the belly.
Okay, Mike.
Are you politically correct words?
How do you come back for that?
Give us your winner.
Like you follow that. But yeah, KO. I think it's I think this is one that everybody in America will be picking. If you have any intelligence, just please don't pick Zack Ryder. For Mike Knox.
Somebody on my show picked second Zack Ryder.
Sure did.
You know who he was. Too. You know him too, Toph.
Who?
Toph.
Toph.
T-O-P-H.
I don't even know who Toph
That's
is.
his name?
That's his mama named him Toph. I'm gonna call him Toph.
You talking about we know him? That's your boy.
Right, I'm just saying you know of him though. He literally said, am I lying, Corey? This was his words verbatim. He said, according to my sources.
Sources, whoa, he went down on you.
I wanted to say, what sources, sir? But I was being nice.
Wow. Okay. But I'm going with Kevin Owens. Moving on, this would probably be, the match that most people may take a bathroom break. And no, you know what? I ain't gonna disrespect it like this. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. If you like battle royals, hey, this is one for you. Who do you guys think wins this?
I like battle royals, and I'm going with Mark Henry because Spotface, who likes to book good matches, said that they're in Texas. He never wins anything else. You have three real legend giants, right? Whether you want to consider them legends of giants or not, is Big Show, Kane, and Mark Henry.
That's it.
Okay? That's right. So they both double choke slammed him. You know what I mean? And so that kind of, when Spot picked him, that wasn't my initial pick. You know what I mean? My initial pick when I found out that Samoa Joe was in the Battle Royal was like, oh, what a good way to introduce him to, you know, his first match in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania. But I said, oh, Mark Henry in Texas, book it. So I'm going to pick Mark Henry.
I'm going to have to agree with Mike. Mark Henry in Texas. You know, he's done everything. He's maxed out. You know, they're not going to give him the belt anymore. He's kind of wrapping it up real quick. So you give this to him for his dream in Texas, coming from a small town. It's a good way to kind of like check that off the list and have him pretty much call it a career in the next 2 years as well.
Has he ever won at WrestleMania, anybody?
I believe he.
Yeah, he has one win, right?
And with Johnny Ace.
Which one, Brian?
The Johnny Ace team, the one we was at, he was on that winning team.
Yeah, 28. That was the one I was ready to say.
I forgot all about that match. Besides the fact that I love the fact that he all.
Oh, and 29. 29. He beat Ryback.
Oh, he did beat Ryback.
I remember. I just thinking those two sitting up there saying, "You ready? You ready? Let's get this money."
Wait, where was 28?
28 was it? What you mean? Where was it at? Only one I ever been to.
I didn't go. I think I went to 27.
You see that plaque that Brian made me buy?
Actually,
you can't come to WrestleMania and not buy a plaque.
You look, it's on your wall, ain't it?
Yeah, it's on my wall. And my shot glass. Ron said, why you buying a shot glass? I said, because I like to drink.
Yep, there you go. But no, yeah, I'm like I said, I'm picking Braun Strowman. I just think that's I'm picking Braun Strowman.
He's the favorite in Vegas. I think what I read it earlier, I think he's 9-1 odds to win.
Something like that. Yeah, but I'm picking Braun Strowman.
Wait, 9-1 isn't a favorite?
Hold on, I'm gonna go back and look. Shank, I knew you was gonna say that. Give me 1 second while I bring it up. While Brian gives us his.
I was about to say.
Because I didn't understand. Some of them I don't understand. Like, I think I bring up in a second. Go ahead, Brian.
That's why I don't gamble. But you know, I'm looking at this, and you guys are making me pick Mark Henry, but for the sake of sticking with my pick, I gotta go with the Demon Kane. I just feel like he wins it this year.
Who?
Kane.
Demon Kane. That's
Kane.
That's what my son calls him.
I thought you said Dean McCain.
Oh yeah, you ain't heard about Dean McCain, man? Let me tell you about him now.
Dean McCain.
He's the new Daniel Bryan, Shark.
It says 5-4 odds.
Okay. I was about to say, is that John McCain's brother that we don't know?
It says 5-4 odds, Chant.
Okay, so he's the favorite. Okay, all right, I see. Yeah, so you basically, if he, that's like plus 140 maybe. Yeah, you won't win any money if he wins. Basically, you probably have to put 300 down to maybe win 300. Well, not plus 140. He's probably minus 320. So if you got $320, you bet it. If Strowman wins, you get $100 plus your original 320.
I love
big money.
I love to gamble, but I'm not gambling on WWE product. It's predetermined.
What? Wait, no, listen. Somebody won big when Brock broke the streak.
I know.
You know what? Go ahead, Keith. No, I got a story about that. Hold up. I got a story about that.
All right, go ahead.
Here's the thing. With the streak, and it's so funny because I said I usually stay off the dirt sheets that whole week, let alone that day. But something on Twitter said, "Oh, WrestleMania." I was like, okay, I'll look at that because it's gonna give me spoilers. The days went by, Brock Lesnar, and then Brock Lesnar was something I forgot what the odd was, but it was really close to where if you bet on him earlier, you would have made money. But if you bet on him that day, you didn't win that much because he became a favorite.
Yeah. It shifted. I think he opened up. He opened up like 18-1, and then it went to 11.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it went to 11-1, and then by like right before the show, it was like 3-1. So that means that a lot of people put their money. Yeah, they put their money on Brock and they closed the line. But if you bet on it like soon as it came out, you would have been. Yeah, you'd have been in the money.
Yeah, and even though wrestling's predetermined, even though that betting line, I think that's still a pretty safe bet, regardless.
Yeah.
No, I just, for me personally, I as much as all I think I bet on is football.
But you know what? I mean, I know we're moving up the card. I don't want to jump ahead, but I think the betting line on the Shane versus Undertaker, that's an interesting bet right there too, because that's one of those that we don't know.
They have,
You
yeah,
know what I mean?
and that's why it's so tight. It's 10 to 13 for Undertaker and 10-11 for Shane. Which
Yeah,
No,
see,
Shane.
that's
No,
tight.
Shane's even. Shane's
no,
even.
the one I'm looking at right here on Bodog.com, which is the only one I ever mess with. That's what they have it as.
Wow.
I'm looking at it from Bovada.
Bovada, okay.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another credible one.
and it's even. Shane McMahon
Okay.
is even. Undertaker is minus 130, which is 10
Yeah, that,
13.
pretty much the same. Pretty much the same.
So.
All right. How about that? Talking
Mhm.
and better than now. Moving on.
You didn't give us your winner. Oh,
What? For the
you said the Demon King. My bad.
yeah. I got you. I got you. The women's match. No, you know what? I'm gonna go with the one I'm probably not gonna pay attention to. My bathroom break. The New Day versus the League of Nations. And it's not because of the New Day. It's because their opponents and the tag team titles are not on the line. Who you guys see in this one?
New Day. I mean, they're being built to be these top pieces. This is their WrestleMania, absolutely.
I have to go with that as well. Since the titles ain't on the line, I think it's easy for us to quickly go say the League of Booty, which are the New Day's favorite 5 to 8 in this one as well. But I think, like I said with Kevin Owens, you got to have the fans be happy. You know what? I'm gonna switch that up. I still gotta say the League of Nations. I've said that before because they're already over. They're gonna cut a promo before it happens. They're gonna walk out and cut a promo. They don't have to win the match because their title's not on the line. I think it's a perfect way for them to somehow shoehorn out King Barrett.
Wait. So this is WrestleMania, and the titles aren't on the line?
Yeah, it's the WWE in the 21st century. What do you expect?
I'm not. I have no.
They changed it.
I don't like that.
No. They changed it. The titles were originally on the line, but they did.
Yeah, they were
Why
originally.
did they take them off?
Yeah.
I think because you might. Somebody has said this, and Justin, you know, I'm in like 100 wrestling groups.
You pay attention to all of them. More power to you.
Actually, I don't, but people tag me and stuff for my intake. You know, I guess I have a fan base out there, and they asked me a question about they had heard that there might be a 4th member to the New Day.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't put any into that because I really don't get it. I had a call today even said something about territories coming back. So a 4th member. What other African Americans in the WWE they're gonna
David Otunga
as a manager? You already got Xavier Woods. They're the same key in a pod.
When is Titus eligible?
Titus is leaving. He openly said that he's done. He took a coaching job in Florida.
JTG.
He's too much on Instagram inboxing me to try to buy some sling box or something that I'm not even lying. That's serious. He's trying to sell those little Google Fire things to watch movies on for $250. My ad, like
Amazon Fire?
not Amazon. No, not that. It's a new one called Streambox or something.
Yeah, that's his company. I think he's invested in the company.
Yeah, he's been trying to sell that forever and a day.
Virgil?
Oh man. All right, so who was this match? Everybody picking New Day or?
No, I told you I'm going with League of Booty.
I'm not picking because I don't like the fact that it's not for the titles.
Oh, you sucker!
Double count out.
Oh, there you go.
Double count out.
Shut up.
I'm going with the New Day, and let's move on. The probably you
Brian
have Charlotte versus Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch, and you know the title shall be called. We'll just say for the sake of dirt sheets, the title shall be called the Women's Championship the next night on Raw. Who retires the Divas Championship?
I think 100%
Charlotte.
Sasha Banks.
Charlotte.
Corey's been saying Charlotte for 2 months. Mike says Sasha Banks.
I was Charlotte until Snoop went to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think Sasha does it, and Snoop comes to celebrate with her.
Think about this for a second. If the main event is the cluster that people think is going to be, you give the title, you give every win to everybody you think the crowd will pop for.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
I can agree with that, but my other thing is that
He froze.
like I said for Kevin Owens, it's going to benefit more to whoever beat Charlotte for the belt and them winning it in a multi-person match. I think Charlotte walks out of WrestleMania as the champion.
She probably deserves it more, to be honest.
Who, Charlotte?
Yeah,
Mhm.
because initially, before Sasha Banks got the push she got, let me rephrase that, the fans got behind her the way she was. It was all good just 6-7 months ago when Charlotte was fighting Natalya a year ago, and everybody wanted. Oh, it was all about bring up Charlotte Flair, bring up Charlotte Flair. Then all of a sudden, there was a match between Bayley and Sasha that stole everybody's hearts. But again, just like I feel with Naomi getting shafted, I think as much as I've never been a big fan of Charlotte, but people were. It really is her time, to be honest, and it's not fair that the fans are forcing the WWE to pick somebody else.
Nah, I don't think the fans are forcing them because at the end of the day, I feel that Vince and Stephanie do what they want to do, and regardless of what the fans feel, it's like we're gonna make you eat this person up, regardless of how we think you feel. So we're going by that logic. They know the fans want Sasha, so I think, you know what? Let me change that. I think because they know the fans want Sasha, they're gonna intentionally not give it to her. Maybe Monday. Maybe she wins it Monday or something like that.
Hey, guys, this is why I love you guys. Because anything is possible!
All right.
Ryan, stop tweeting. Give us an answer.
Hey, man, social media producer, you got to do it all yourself, you know. King Vaughn ain't tweeting for us right now. Where Vaughn at?
He said he only works between the hours of 5 and 7.
My office hours from 5 to 7. All right, so this is hard, you know.
It's probably the hardest match in the card.
For the sake of this being a show and the sake of no money being online, Becky Lynch.
Ooh.
Wow.
You know why I can't be Becky? Because of that stupid name they call her Suplex. The Becksplex. That is stupid.
All right, you know what? Change that.
I agree.
I couldn't let that stay on the record. I'm going with Sasha Banks. I'm gonna say, you know, Banks statement. She gonna leave out crying. There's too much right now. The stories, you know, she was at the shows. I'm sick of seeing the same storyline because old Sasha Banks was not cute. I don't care what anybody says. So let's get some new footage. Sasha Banks was cute.
She's a old. Chip, thank you, Chip.
Mercedes KV was not all that cute. She was okay. Sasha Banks is hot. Mercedes KV.
I tried to get an Oompa Loompa Saint started on Saturday at the house show. I'm sorry. I like Sasha Banks, and my wife pointed this out to me. At certain angles, her jawline too strong.
You always find the jawline.
Okay. My wife had me watching America's Next Top Model for like 7 cycles, and she told me no lie, and I would look at. Because I was like, oh, she's cute. My wife was like, no, she ain't. You see, she ain't got no cheekbones and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get it. And that's that's what models are. They look at cheeks. Champ, you don't know it's cheeks, it's jaw structure, it's how your face is constructed. What's the girl, Eva? From
I'm looking at cheeks.
America's Next Top Model. Her lines are just popping. And then I'm sorry.
Mike,
my wife taught me well.
Mike, I watched several seasons as well. And being as though I've dated 2 women from various cycles, I have to agree with you.
It's about the jaw lines, man. Her jaw is like chiseled, like freaking Dino Bravo.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Hugh, our marketing manager at Fox Sports 1340. He said he wanted to get this in there. He said he got Kane winning the Andre Giant Battle Royal. Hugh's the biggest Kane fan that you probably ever meet. You know what? Real quick, with Sasha Banks, and I always say this, people like her. I think it's because she kind of has that Daniel Bryan-esque, like, people feel like they connect to her more so because she felt like she came through the struggle. But she's not, like, she knows how to dress. She's a female who knows how to dress and make herself up. But as far as being like, oh my goodness, give me Naomi 10 times and 11 times on Sunday.
No, at the end of the day, whether you're black, white, Latin, Asian, when you see Sasha Banks, you know she's a fabulous bitch. At the end of the day, that's how she carries herself. That she's the total epitome of fabulosity, and she can actually go.
He pulled out America's Next Top Model reference when he said fabulosity.
Yes, fabulosity. All right, let's go to the next one.
All right, you know what? This match is going to this is going to be a dog fight, and it's going to be a street fight. Brock Lesnar, I ain't gonna do it. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose.
Hashtag I'm a Dean Ambrose guy. He will slay Godzilla and Brock Lesnar because it's a no-holds-barred match. My man, hashtag I'm a Dean Ambrose guy, will beat Brock Lesnar.
All right.
Absolutely Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I see Dean doing some crazy, but I see Dean doing one crazy, stupid thing that takes him right out of the game.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense.
It's just the way you said it. It was so hilarious.
Agreed. I agree with what you just said. I see that happening, and I see Brock getting this feud over with and moving on to something bigger and better. But really quickly, Bray Wyatt's in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, right?
No, Bray Wyatt's hurt. I know that some people
Bray, I think, is going to be in it.
Oh, I did read that he was in it, but I thought that I didn't see that from the WWE website, so I didn't go with it. But there are reports that he's in the Battle Royal. And how else do you hide an injury? By putting him in big matches like that where you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, if he's in the Battle Royal, I changed my pick. I think he's going to win the Battle Royal, and I think Dean Ambrose is going to, he's going to put himself in a situation where he's so reckless, he's going to miss, and then Brock will capitalize to get the victory.
All right.
Come on.
I've been saying this, and I'm sticking with it. I got to go with Dean Ambrose. I just got that good feeling. Ambrose has been, kind of back and forth, and he's been making a lot of sacrifices, losing that Survivor Series, losing at the Royal Rumble, obviously. I think he gets the WrestleMania moment. I don't think Dean Ambrose loses another one. So go ahead.
Is it main event time?
No, but
we got one more.
No.
It depends on which way you look at it, but I'm going to go traditional, as, Corey style, fan of the belt going last. So I'm going to go with Undertaker, Shane McMahon. Who comes out on top? Who's running Raw Monday night?
Shane McMahon.
Here comes the money!
Shane McMahon.
Here comes the money! Anybody wear Jordans is cool in my book, and it all makes sense.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Shane McMahon. Like I said earlier, I don't want to analyze. I've been faintly hearing other things, but I'm just going to be a fan. I'm just going to let it happen. Some kind of interference allows Shane to win.
And I'm with that, Corey. That I don't even care how it happens or why it happens, but it has to happen. Just let it happen.
I mean, in my dream scenario, when I draw it up, there's going to be some form of interference. And I remember the last time The Undertaker was kind of like finished. Remember when all like his adversaries came out and I think when he was feuding with Yokozuna?
Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble 94.
And they kind of buried him, and then he ascended to the heavens, whatever. Yeah. I don't see all his past enemies coming out, but I do see a few people there to help Shane, and I see Shane winning.
I do too.
Champ, I've been saying that for 4 years, that's how he should go out.
Yeah, because I can't see, like Vince McMahon said, one is his greatest creation, and the other is his greatest character. Mm-hmm. So to me, it only makes sense. And the thing is, okay, if he sticks around, what can you do with him next year? You know what I mean?
Unless Sting at the Hall of Fame says, I got one more match in me.
Yeah, because you haven't woken up yet from that dream.
Sorry, I have. Okay? Gosh.
Yo.
Sorry.
Why can't I have my wrestling wet dream?
Shots fired! Wow. Did you hear the fluidity in which that came from the cannon?
You see Superman on the back wall. I'm deflecting them bullets.
Wow.
Okay.
Who you got? Who you got, Brian?
Shane McMahon. I've never rooted against the Undertaker, but until this is it. This is it. It's over. Shane McMahon wins this, and he runs Raw, and Raw is gonna be great. We're gonna see a change in the WWE. He comes out there and says, "No more Divas Championship. We're starting with the Women's Championship, and it's gonna be great." Now it's time for the champ. Champ Creed has something to say.
Welcome back to the segment called, what is it called? Stump the Wizard, right?
Stump the Wizard.
I'm the wizard.
WrestleMania edition. I had to search for this one because our past efforts have failed.
Oh boy.
So
you probably got me this time.
Are you guys ready?
Ready.
Now, within the vein of what we just spoke about, Wizard, here's your question.
Mm-hmm.
And let me know if you need a hint, because I will be fair and give you a hint.
Sure.
To stump the Wizard at WrestleMania, who was the first wrestler to get a pinfall victory over The Undertaker?
Is this as far as WrestleMania?
No.
Or no? All together?
Overall, all together.
I believe it was Tito Santana at a house show.
This motherfucker. Is there nothing you don't know?
How do you know that?
Like, seriously, how do you know that?
Goodness.
Hold on.
I mean, I do my research. I mean,
Go again.
I've seen it. Oh, and I don't need a hint. Sorry.
Yeah. We don't need it. Yeah.
You said you did your research. You started breaking up.
No, yeah. I mean, I've seen the match before I do my research, guys. I mean, I've seen the match. It was Tito Santana, and he got a quick victory. He runs out the ring. Taker's going crazy. Paul Bearer doesn't know what to do. I mean, there you go.
Damn. Oh well.
But I'm more mad you had this whole build up, okay, for him to answer the question in like less than 2.5 seconds.
I mean, I had a backup question.
Whatever.
It's okay.
It was a WCW question.
What's the question? I gotta hear it.
Okay. Hold on, let me see if I remember. Actually, go on to the main event, and I'll see if I remember about the show.
No.
Okay. Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
How many titles did Ultimo Dragon have?
At one time, depending on how they count it, it would be 10 because I believe he was 9 championships in Japan, and the 10th was the Cruiserweight Championship. It depends on how they count it, though.
I give up. All right, that's it. He's the Wiz. He wins. Yo, we got to get you on a trivia show. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to reach out to Rosenberg from Cheap Heat and his people, and I want to have the Masked Man versus the Wizard.
Book it.
I think that's what we need to do. Because, bro, I think you can beat him.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Since you're over there booking stuff, can I get Rosenborg? Can I get him in a ring or an octagon?
No, you get him in basketball because he likes Duke. So
okay.
Oh no, actually he hates Duke. I think he likes UNC. But we need to tweet that out. Rosenberg versus the Wizard. Since you guys are down there, we see if we can book it. All right, let's go to the main event.
All right, main event. For all the marbles, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Second year in a row, Roman Reigns, the #1 contender, challenging the man who hasn't held the a world title going into WrestleMania since WrestleMania 25. Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Guys, who wins this match?
Roman Reigns. I just think that regardless of what kind of reaction he's going to end up getting, it's Roman Reigns.
It's going to be brutal.
It is.
It's going to be brutal.
I still say Roman, and I don't think it's going to be as brutal as people think. But I'm always the one drinking the Kool-Aid. I'm pouring it into the jug right now. I think he gets cheered at the end of the night for whatever it may happen. Because I don't understand how you cheered him 6 months ago and then just quickly started booing. It just doesn't make any sense to me. This is why I don't like typical wrestling fans.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Remember The Rock and Triple H kind of like teasing something last year?
Yep.
Do you think The Rock has a hand in anything in the outcome of the main event?
I don't want to speculate, but I say off the pack, I say no. Because of the stupid cat out of the bag, that stupid dirt sheets that are right only 6.2% of the time that he had this contract with Hollywood that he can't participate in any activities when he's filming a movie.
I mean, he doesn't have to wrestle. I mean, he can, throw a punch, or he can do something to, affect the outcome.
I would like to say yes, but I want to wait to see what happens. I say Roman just walks out with the title, whether it's heel or face. I think he walks out the title. He's still amongst right now, with John Cena being out, one of the top sellers in merchandise in the company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys see anything interference? Anyone coming back? Any run-ins? Anything like that?
I see a run-in. I think
you have to have. There's no way this match can be one-on-one at the end of the day. They know that it can't. It's something that I think the real Dwayne Allen say on the Flex Zone show. When you jump over the top rope as good as he did, and the crowd still boos him the way that he did, it's just not good. But I also think that there's just certain cities that are just that way. Brooklyn, Chicago, Philadelphia, they're just cities that are just really hard on wrestling fans. But I think if that happened, if that Monday Night Raw happened to have been like Albuquerque, New Mexico, it got cheered out of the building. So,
all right. Well, if I have to take my pick, I'm gonna have to go with you guys.
Yes, pick a pick. You have to pick a pick.
No, I agree with what you guys are saying are logical. Even though I don't like it, even though I would like to see Seth Rollins run in and do something.
Or hobble.
Yeah, or hobble in a wheelchair, motor car. I just don't see it ending well. I don't know what it is, man. I just don't think the fans. Look, I put it to you like this: if Shane and the Undertaker was the main event, I wouldn't be mad.
I say that I think that it should be the main event, honestly, because I don't think you could send fans home. Last year you had the cat in the bag of the Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You don't have that now. No. So I think that this has to be. It can't be the main event, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do make Shane and Taker the main event, because you got company versus owner versus Taker. At Hell in a Cell. So, and Brian said that's on the Flex Zone show. Where do you put the cage? So
they'll do the same like they did at 28. They just got one of the things and they just hide it in there.
Okay. But I still hope that's the main event anyway, for the sake of Roman Reigns.
I do too.
I'm going with Triple H. I just see him holding the belt. Let him hold it till Seth gets back. That's the story. So.
Dang, do you really do Roman like that again?
Nah, you can't do that. You can't do that, Brian. You can't.
Roman does it to himself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, ladies and gentlemen, Glenn called, so we'll see you next week.
Truth be told, I've been watching. I can verify Keith did date 2 top models.
Oh, thank you.
I can verify that.
I didn't even know that was up for question. I figured it was true. He said it.
I didn't deny it.
It's Champ Creed.
Hey, real quick, Dean Ambrose wins because I wanted to get on this real quick. Dean Ambrose wins because of the help of Mick Foley, Cactus Jack. I mean, Dude Love, whoever else you want to name, and Terry, some of the old legends helped Dean Ambrose beat Brock Lesnar.
Wait, all of them coming out? Mick Foley gonna grab every pieces? The way you said that.
Yo, he's going to the back come back like
Gilo Gagne, ladies and gentlemen. Gilo Gagne.
Yo, Mick Foley can come out like Dude Love. He can come out like Cactus Jack. He can come out like Chainsaw Charlie.
At the same time.
Just a rolling ball of WTF rolling right down the ramp. Huh?
And then I think Roman Reigns wins Triple H.
Yeah, I agree.
Whether you get boos or not. And Sasha Banks is not about her look; it's about the swag that she has.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
About her look, I just said I'm tired of purple hair.
And Naomi will never get over it until she learns how to talk on a microphone.
Yeah, because it's
bad.
She
needs cameras.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Don't she sound like Ahmed Johnson sometimes?
No, don't throw it that bad.
Yo, dude, she got bubbles in her mouth. Yo.
Y'all petty.
Wizard,
Y'all petty.
I love Naomi, and Wizard can attest. And Mike, I don't know if you heard it too, but when she got on the mic in Richmond on Saturday, it was crickets.
It was brutal.
It was crickets. It was. I think that's why the stadium might have heard my filet mignon chant, because it was that quiet when she was talking.
Well, fellas, I got to get ready to head out and do some UFC business, as well as get prepared to meet you guys down there. This was entertaining, and there's going to be one day where I will stump the Wizard.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
All right.
You believe.
Believe. All right,
Well,
fellas.
yeah, it's time to, WrestleMania 32, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you are following at Wrestle_Summit at 1340 AM Fox Sports for all the live updates brought to you by The Wiz, Corey, The Godfather, G-Lo, Glenn, and Champ Creed. They're going to be live down there.
Vaughn is going to be down there as well.
Yeah, Vaughn, hey, that's what he's working. Putting him to work. He's working on, he's getting, he's doing, working on site. So make sure you tune in tomorrow, 5 o'clock, to the Soul of Sports as the week in WrestleMania continues. Mike, I said, what you got planned for me? Give a preview.
Well, we did a preview show today because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to actually make tomorrow's show. So tomorrow's going to be heavy as we get ready for the Adrian Bronner about Billions Promotions taking on May Brothers Motions on Spike TV on Friday, where Mike Keller and myself will be in the building. And so we're sorry.
Because I always do that. I always say Michael, then she told me it's Mikkel. I said, I gotta make sure it's right.
You know what she told me before, like Kevin McHale, right? McHale. It will be in the building. So we're doing a lot of big things towards the fight, and then we're actually previewing the Orioles, Nats, and the Cubs tomorrow.
All right. So I guess that means I gotta come to work, huh?
Yes, you do.
Well, I'm supposed to be, I'll make it. I'm supposed to be jumping on Ralph's podcast at 6:30. Sheesh, this has been a busy WrestleMania week, I tell you.
I was just telling you, I got 2 more shows. I actually got a show at 9:30 after this one, and then another show. I got 3 shows tomorrow, then I do my annual show on WVUD down in Delaware on Sunday afternoon as well. So WrestleMania week keeps wrestling fans like us, who are good, intelligent wrestling fans, busy.
Yes, indeed. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, take care, and we will see you the rest of the week.
Yep.
Go watch Empire.